We're here to discuss how to amend and correct bylaw 2003-301 to bring it in line with the Ontario Building Code Act. I would hope at the same time we would be looking at this bylaw in terms of whether there are other deficiencies and significant problems that need to be provided for and corrected in amending the bylaw. In my view, and from personal research and observation, there are, and I would like to share these with you this evening, particularly the 4 persons per vehicle. I understand that a review of a proxy site is part of the requirement for the traffic study. I went to the proxy site at Middlefield and Denison on Friday, May 18th at 1 p.m. to make my own observations and to see how traffic may affect the Mosque property to be built at Williamson and 16th, whose site plan has been endorsed in principle. The parking lot filled up and then the gates were closed. At that time, 2 police cruisers approached the property, parked in front of the gate, and the officers were conversing pleasantly with a couple of Mosque members. Also during this time, cars were slowly parking along 2 large arterial roads in 4 directions. A substantial amount of vehicles parked east and west on Denison, as well as north and south on Middlefield. Across the street from the mosque, there is a small plaza. Before and after the gates were closed, I observed cars parking in that plaza, and later on in that afternoon, I observed more cars parked in the plaza lot around some of the curbs illegally. I decided to count the number of vehicles parked in each section of the arterial roads. North on Denison were 72 cars. West on Middlefield were 38 cars. East on Middlefield were 84 cars. South on Denison were 25 cars. I would like to guesstimate on the low side that the mosque parking lot has 100 parking spots. Another observation I was able to make is that as attendees to the mosque arrived in their vehicles, only 1 or 2 people came out of those vehicles. The parking bylaw that we are discussing is going to be based on 4 people per vehicle, and my research would demonstrate for this place of worship that guideline would be inaccurate. Based on my observations, the number of cars on the arterial roads totaled 219, plus the cars in the plaza lot, plus the cars in the mosque parking lot. We frankly could not accommodate that kind of overflow at Williamson and 16th. I would ask that the residents of Markham and councillors to go to the proxy site and verify for yourselves what I have seen in an effort to conduct due diligence. I would like to thank and commend your traffic engineer, Angela Liu, for the in-house report she prepared, outlining the necessary comparisons required with the closest proxy site dated June 7, 2011. In addition, I believe the bylaw should also include the requirement for a proxy study to ensure that all necessary studies, such as this critical one, are completed in accordance with the town's Future Policy Direction Report of June 2003. This meeting is being held in the Anthony Roman Center. The Romans envisioned Cathedral Town. The parking issues that I have discussed could be avoided by a better and long-term solution, such as the Cathedral Town concept. I just have a few pictures that I'd like to show. I appreciate your assistance. Okay, so I just wanted everyone to have a visual. So these are the 2 police cars that arrived, and then the gates were closed. And then the second picture, do I just write it? Okay. So this is a picture of the cars north on Middlefield. Here are the cars that were west on Denison. Here are the cars that were south on Middlefield. Here are the vehicles that were east on Denison. Here are the cars that were parking in the parking lot across the street. I took this picture so that I could show you that just around this curve here, how they were parked illegally. In closing, item number 10 in Andrea Liu's report states that, as per comment number 7, site observations should be undertaken at a property site. Any possible overflow parking onto adjacent streets during typical special events should be reviewed, and any on-street parking and availability should be noted as well. I would like to ask, has item number 10 of Andrea Liu's report dated June 7, 2011 been completed yet?